So Neil here from Playful Desires, and as a lifelong kinkster, one of the things I've struggled a lot with is addiction, in terms of fantasy addiction and pornography addiction. And this is something which I am looking forward to soon in the future, teaching and helping people recover from addiction, because it's part of my journey too, but I'm not fully there yet, so can't teach it just yet. And what I want to talk about today is just this risk of all of this stuff. There's always a risk. We don't talk about safe kink, we talk about risk aware conscious kink. And one of the things I don't think we talk about enough is the risk of addiction, because it is very addictive. Pornography is very addictive. Super high dopamine release if you watch pornography and masturbate and ejaculate or orgasm, because you get huge amounts of dopamine, like apparently even more than cocaine. And also like fantasy addiction, like it feels good to have a place to go to in our minds to escape reality, to go into the drama, to go into the play, and that's good. And if we only do that, there's a risk to that. There's a risk that we will use that too often, we'll exploit that, and then we won't actually face reality. So we have to be very careful when we use these things. And I know for myself, I haven't always been very careful in how I use them. So there's a way to do that, and I think the way is about practicing moderation, practicing affirmation about what we actually want, like being values led in our life, and then realizing, like paying attention to what happens before, during and after you do these things. And for example, like masturbation to pornography, noticing how that feels afterwards and trying to remember that, like, what's that, where does that lead me that way, what does it take me towards? Okay, got to remember that, because the next time at that point you have a choice, that's going to be the important point. So yeah, be careful with this stuff. It is addictive and beautiful, but if we use it in moderation and be risk aware, it's okay.